Hi guys, Ruth Delgado here, Ruth Delgado's Glamour page. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you haven't been here before, welcome to my channel. So, I just did me a nice little workout. It's got me kind of like overly exerted on top of dealing with shitty ass people. But anyway, excuse my tongue, but I just had to let that out. Anywho, what I'm going to be doing in this specific video is I am about to get my makeup out and do a makeup look on my mannequin head because I really don't feel like putting makeup on today. It's supposed to be like 80 something degrees if I'm not mistaken today, so I really don't feel like putting makeup on because I know I'm going to just basically sweat it off. So that's why I decided, you know what, let me just do another makeup tutorial on my mannequin head. So I'm going to have to get a washcloth and wash her face off from the last time I did her makeup, and then we're going to put the new face on. So guys, if you've seen any of my makeup videos before, you might have noticed that I'm pretty like simple when it comes to makeup application because I really don't necessarily believe in like super extra stuff, especially like, well, I'm dealing with a mannequin today, but like when you're dealing with an actual person, you know, especially if that person has, you know, nice features, which most people usually do, you can just compliment those features and you don't have to like go overboard with the makeup, you know. But since I'm supposed to be showing off my makeup skills a little bit and being more creative today, because I'm working on my creativity, I'm doing the best that I can to stay sharp on that. Because, honey, when the old people used to tell me, if you don't use it, you lose it, when I tell you that I have come to recognize more and more as I get older and older that they are correct, honey. If you do not use the skills that you have, if you do not use the brain that God gave you, if you do not make sure that you take into regard that God blessed you with an entire body that is in A1 condition when you come on this planet, and all you got to do is keep that up, if you abuse that and you don't take care of it, you can't keep sitting there complaining about the results of what you're doing. Because, see, that's what a lot of people do. And I used to do that too until I recognized you're going the wrong route, sweetheart. Instead of you sitting there constantly complaining about the results of where you are, how about you recognize what you're doing to get yourself there? How about you start to recognize when people are telling you that you're wrong and you're not recognizing what they're saying? How about you start recognizing what they're saying and you realize, hold up, I'm not always right. Hold up. I did just do something stupid. I did. How about, for once, people get to the point where they recognize their own bull crap and they stop sitting there pointing out everybody else's crap and they start pointing at themselves. How about we start doing that for a change? How about we start really ridiculing ourselves before we ridicule anybody else? Because here's my twist. That's exactly what I do. If I find myself doing something foolish, I find myself doing something a little wacky, a little crazy, I literally talk to myself and be like, sweetheart, what you doing? Don't do that. Don't be an idiot. Don't be a fool. I talk to myself like that if I'm acting ignorant. So therefore, heck yeah, if you acting ignorant, you're acting foolish, you're acting crazy, you're acting like a weirdo, I'm going to call you out on your shit. Excuse my mouth, but I'm going to call you out. Because if you didn't want to be called out on it, you shouldn't act that way. Point blank period. It's that simple. It's really that easy. People act like it's so complicated. Oh, I don't understand. Oh, I don't want to deal with this. Oh, I don't want to talk anymore. Retarded. Stop acting retarded, okay? Recognize that you are your own goddamn problem. If you don't take yourself out of doing problematic stuff, then you're going to stay your own problem. And then you're going to end up by yourself if you're not already by yourself, because people are not going to keep dealing with that crap. If they're any kind of quality person, they're going to leave your ass alone. As they should. Because why are you acting foolish, but then you have a nerve not to want nobody to call you out on how you acting, but you're not embarrassed in how you acting, but you embarrassed because I address it? Stop acting that way, y'all. For real. If you act that way, recognize your own behavior and change that crap. Don't sit there and keep giving yourself an excuse to act like a back of a donkey's behind and then get mad at everybody else that's around you that's trying to tell you and help you out. Stop doing that. Because you literally are your own freaking problem. I'm sorry, y'all, but I had to. Because it's too many people that they are their own problem and they want to keep dishing it onto other people that's around them because that's what is easier to do. It's easier to blame you than to blame myself and actually change my foolish behavior. Y'all need to stop it. Alright, y'all. So now I'm going to go ahead and wash her face, and then we're going to get to doing her makeup. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to discuss that because it's just way too many people acting foolish and don't want to take responsibility for their own behavior, and they too grown not to. Like literally, you're too grown for that. You're not even no young kid, no youngin or none of that, and you acting like one. Y'all really need to stop that kind of behavior because it's sad, because that's exactly why kids are so immature and don't know how to act one way or another, because y'all don't take no responsibility. Y'all old and gray and still don't take no responsibility, still don't pay no attention to how you're wrong, still don't see how you're messing up people, but then you want to sit there and tell somebody younger something? And you think they're going to really listen to you? They're not going to listen to you. Why would they? Why should they? They see you effing up and you're not taking no responsibility. Why should they ever take any responsibility when they see you don't? We want to sit there and we want to judge these kids. Oh, they're so bad. Oh, they're so horrible. But we don't want to recognize the jerks as adults that's raising them, that's being given all kinds of excuses to be all kinds of messed up to these kids. And then you want to wonder why the kids turned out terrible? Because their parents are awful. Why don't y'all finally be honest with yourselves? Your kids are rugrats because you're awful. People don't want to tell you, I'm going to tell you. And I don't care if you don't like, comment, or subscribe. Go ahead about your business, because I will go ahead and block you. Because I don't have to deal with you. But it's sad because your kids got to deal with the foolishness. And then you want to sit there and get mad because they grow up to be terrible? They ain't had nothing good as an example. They got people as an example that don't want to take no responsibility for their behavior. So how the hell you think them kids gonna act when they get older? Worse than you, fool. They gonna act worse than you and give you all kinds of foolish excuses of why they're being that way. Just like you did. So go ahead and keep judging these kids all you want to, but at the end of the day, y'all raising the rugrats y'all deserve. Because that's how y'all act. Your child is you times 10. So if you don't like how your child's behavior is, check yourself, fool. I'ma tell you, check yourself. Because that's why they acting like that. They wouldn't even be comfortable with acting that way if you were a good example. And I know y'all might come at me in the comments, oh, well, do you have kids? At the moment, no, I do not. But I was raised in an environment where I was always around children. And I always would watch and observe and study them. And I recognized from being a child once myself and being around a bunch of children, I have come to recognize that kids are not so horrible. It's their parents. It's their parents and it's the people that they're raised around. Because a lot of times they see y'all behavior and they think, well, what the heck I'm trying to curb my behavior for? And you act like the back of a donkey's behind. And the only thing that you do when somebody tell you how you act is sit there and give an excuse. You don't change that mess. So how you figure as a child I'm supposed to? That's how they looking at it. And I don't even blame them. Because if I was a kid looking at that bull crap, I would express it the same way. How you going to try to demand that I listen to you and you ain't listening to nobody? How you going to demand that I'm careful in how I'm treating people when you're not careful in how you dealing with folks? You don't care how you hurting their feelings. You don't care how much disrespectful behavior you're continually showing this person, disrespecting them the whole mile long, because especially if they're doing the best that they can to show and prove that they really have love for you and respect for you, and you keep showing and prove you don't by not respecting what they request, and then you want to get upset with them because they're upset instead of you recognizing, hold up, I know why you upset. You upset because I keep acting a way that you nicely asked me not to. So of course, at some point or another, a person is going to get sick and tired of that behavior because they're going to recognize you don't want to change. It's not that you can't. Nope, that's not what it is. It's not that you can't. You don't want to. And people like that, I honestly feel like people that don't want to change for the better should be in a separate world. Why? Because you're trying to keep the world in despair and in negativity. So you need to be in your own world of people that's like you, that want to be in despair and negativity. Y'all all need to make each other suffer. Y'all need to get away from the people that's trying to do the best that they can to be positive, that's doing the best that they can to keep a good attitude, that's doing the best that they can to believe in everything that is good, and stop sitting there bringing up negativity that will block every good thing that can happen. When you learn to stop doing that, then you learn to start giving yourself a reason to live as opposed to a reason to sit there and allow life to just drag you to death. Because that's exactly what the hell you fools are going through. But you want to sit there and complain about what you're going through instead of recognizing, hold up, I got a part in this. Hold up. If I kept my attitude right, hold up. If I tried to make sure that I was better to the people that is around me, hold up. If I respected the people that is around me a lot better, hold up. Maybe things will work out better for me. Maybe things will start becoming successful as opposed to a losing game. But guaranteed, it's going to always be a losing game when you don't change to winner moves. If you don't start moving better, moving correctly, moving respectfully, then you're going to always lose. Period. It's never going to change for you. And it's your own fault. Know that. So guys, I'm sitting here trying to scrub her face, but as you can see, it's really getting kind of ugly. So I'll be back, guys.
on purpose.
Alright guys, I'm going to have to make this a two-part video because I have to do some other things. I'll be back.